Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Are you ready? We resume with the session? Great. So I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Elsie Birech. I work for a company called Skimmy. Skimmy is a programmatic advertising platform. So basically what we do as a Skimmy, we help clients or brands, agencies to reach their target audience online while they're browsing across different sites and apps. At Skimmy, I work as an ad innovation manager. And I just have a small quote for you. I don't know if you're able to read what is on the screen. Sorry, I have a problem with my eyesight. I can't really read when there's a lot of light, so I'll just let you go through the quote I have for you this afternoon. Yeah, so let me give you a minute to read it out, then we will proceed. Great, so I think we can proceed. As I mentioned, Skimmy is an ad tech platform, and it's the only ad tech platform that actually adds +1 to your marketing team. So essentially, what we do is we give you the tools to be able to reach your targeted audience online when they're browsing across different sites and apps. And today, I would like us to talk about storytelling in the programmatic advertising world. So what is rich media? Or rather, what is storytelling? Because we use a variety of ads version to be able to tell stories when you're advertising online. I know you're used to the normal, storytelling through other platforms, but in display advertising, it's a little bit different because, remember, you're just serving ads across different sites and apps, and you need to be able to speak to this particular audience. So we have like an ad format called rich media, which essentially helps you to be able to interact with your audiences through ads. So these ads can be in form of animated ads, it can be in form of video ads, but they're highly interactive. So the advantage of using rich media, basically, is that it's able to give you like 100% visibility, and it gives you high level of interaction. Unlike other forms of display ads, like the normal static banners, it gives you like almost 2 times level of interaction and visibility, 100% visibility, as compared to just using static banners or other formats like GIFs. So I want to take you through a couple of rich media formats and how you can be able to use these types of ad formats for storytelling when you're running your display advertising campaigns. So rich media helps you to be able to reach the right people, to reach the right audiences, focused on strategy, and you're able to leverage on data for targeting and message segmentation to your different audience. So when it comes to reaching the different types of audiences, using a programmatic advertising platform, there's so many ways in how you can target an audience. And I know the usual traditional ways of targeting users online is, say, gender, age, location, but from a programmatic perspective, you're able to get more insights and be able to build like what we call data story for targeting users online. So for example, the profile that you see on my left, you're able to see like how you can build up like a data story of a particular user that you want to target online from, where do they live, what kind of device are they using, are they connected to, 3G, 4G? Like, what is the average price of their device? Do they have a car or not, Because your device actually gives these insights. And you're able to use like this particular insights when it comes to targeting users online. So this is just an example of how you can build on a data story for you to be able to reach the right audience at the right time when they are online. So in terms of the targeting options that we have as a Skimmy, you can be able to target users based on different parameters. One is behavioral patterns. This is majorly like based on your browsing behaviors online. So you're able to segment users based on their interests. You're able to segment users based on the sites they visit, the apps they visit online. You're able to target users based on the devices they use, the social economic class targeting, the operating system, and also the general demographic targeting. So also, when it comes to programmatic advertising, you're able to reach the right audience in the right place. This means like you're able to get them when they are on that particular site, on that particular app, at the most convenient way. So these are some of the sites where your rich media ads can be served to be able to tell like a story. I've just given you a list of some of the popular sites that we have as a Skimmy that you're connected to. I know you're familiar with some of these local and international sites. So rich media helps you to reach the right audience at the right time when they're browsing like across these sites, as I've just illustrated above. So when it comes to the different types of ads you can be able to serve, we have like different placement positions. There are different ad sizes in which you can be able to serve, and these are some of our popular sites that we have that you can be able to serve the different ad sizes. So I just want to take you through examples of rich media ad formats and how you can be able to like give your brand story in a display advertising campaign. So the first one, let me just play it for you. You can be able to like run a display campaign that has like just more than one banner, and you can be able to tell your story in a sequential way using like different banners. So you can have, say, up to like 3 banners that slides to give your story. So let me also show you this example, next example, using a campaign we ran for I&M. So let me know if you can see that, yeah. So cool. So this is an example of how you can use like rich media to be able to like tell your brand story. So another example of rich media is using what we call deck of cards ad format. So I'll just show you from some of the case studies we have for our clients. So the first one is this one for SportPesa. This is called a deck of cards, where you can be able to like flip like different messaging for your audiences, and you can be able to tell like different messaging using deck of cards in a sequential manner as well. Yeah, then we have the next one. It's also like a deck of cards. You can give like different messaging as well using this format. And this gives you like high level of interactivity. It gives you like high level of brand recall because they are highly attractive as compared to just running like static banner ads. Then the third form of rich media is what we call a slider. You can also tell your brand story like using a slider, and I'll just demonstrate using what we have above. So like the first frame, you can tell the audience, you know, to slide to see more, or to slide to learn more. And when they just slide, they can be able to get like more messaging. And then of course you need to have a call to action to invite the audience to maybe click and go to your website, to click and sign up for something. So you can have like all manner of call to actions in the last frame. Then we have a flip book. This is also a very interesting ad format, like in form of a flip book. It's still rich media, and for you to be able to run such kind of ad, you just have to have like 4 different banners with different messaging, and then so it acts like as a flip book. Sorry for that, let me just play that once again. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. So that's what we call a flip book. So it's like a book, so you have like 4 separate banners with different messaging, and when a user flips, it tells like your different messaging. Great, so I will proceed. Then we have what we call custom rich media. These are rich media ad formats that can be built from scratch from using your ideas. So I have a couple of examples to show you in what you can do under custom rich media. So like this example here for Samsung, I think they were running a campaign during Diwali, like, the first frame invites you to scratch to reveal and see Diwali offers. And when you just scratch, like the first frame, it's able to give you like all the offers they have. So brands can utilize like such an ad format, say when they have like new offers, when they have like say discounts, or when they're launching like a new product. So you can use this rich media format. Then what we have there is an example of what we've been able to do for KFC. Like ideally, like, the first frame invites you to say drag and drop, some items into the bucket, and then like a user is able to drag. So this is good when it comes to engaging your audiences online using display ads. So you're able to engage your audience, and you're able to increase your brand recall as well. And then we have another form of custom rich media, like in form of gamification, basically. So like a brand like insurance can use such kind of ad format. For example, like, it's like a game, but then like for car insurance, you can use such kind of ad format to tell your brand story or to give your message out there. So all these are still samples of custom rich media ideas that you can be able to create from scratch, and that can be able to help you like tell your brand story in an effective way. So I'll just take you through like each of these samples, and then I can tell you like the benefits of all this. So for example, like the first frame, the one for the car, like it's able to give you like specification of each detail for like a car brand. So like a car brand can utilize such kind of ad format, like when it's giving like its specifications, So a user can just click to see if you want to see the specification of the headlight, of the engine. Yeah, so that's how like brands can be able to utilize such kind of ad format to be able to give more information about their products. Then the second frame, the one for Airtel, is also like a form of gamification, So like a user interacts with your ad, and it's able to give the story at the end. Yeah. So all these are samples in how you can use like custom rich media ad formats. You can create ideas from scratch and run them, as opposed to just running like the usual static banner ads that we are used to seeing on different sites and apps. Then we also have these samples for mobile. Mobile is quite big, as most users actually access the internet using their mobile phones. Like on our platform, 83% of our users are on mobile. So we have like a couple of examples you can also run for just mobile audiences. So I'll just play this for you to be able to see. This can only work on mobile. Like gravity, so when you shake your phone like this, or when you turn your phone upside down, then it's able to the ad is able to like shake, you know, and make those animations. So you can actually literally shake your phone, and then it gives you like a message. And then the last frame is you can use like a chatbot. You can embed a chatbot in an ad. So an ad has your brand messaging, but then like if a user has like a quick question, they can just chat you inside the banner. Then we have what we call dynamic ads. This is also a very interesting ad format that it changes like its messaging, you know, it changes its aspects using external factors. Like this one for Vaseline is a campaign we ran in Bangladesh. So when it was raining, like when it's raining, the message is different. When it's sunny, the message is different, you know, depending on the brand messaging that they wanted to run. So like, so we connected this with the weather API, and then the message just keeps adjusting automatically. So when it starts raining, the message changes. When it's cold, it changes. When it's sunny, it changes. And it gives you like the different brands of Vaseline that you can use when it's sunny, when it's cold, yeah. And the second one is, I think this was a campaign for Airtel, like during a cricket match, and it was connected to like a live API for the game, and it kept updating like the results in real time. You know, a cricket game takes like almost like 8 hours, so like it keeps like updating the message, you know. And Airtel was the sponsors for this particular game. And then on that third frame, we had DSTV. So like since they're running like different programs, so like the message automatically updates depending on the program that is coming up next. And it was also tied to like interest targeting. So if you're interested, for example, in so if you're a lady, for instance, you love watching reality shows, stuff like so it gives you like a program, like say, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Then if you're male and you're interested in sports, then it will only show you like sports ads. Then we also have a combination of rich media ad formats with video. So here you can tie the two together. So I'll just play this. I'm sorry, the video doesn't have like sound, but ideally like the video plays in place of the banner. And you can combine the two. So that's an example of how you can embed like video plus rich media. And then another example of how you can use rich media to tell your brand story is this one. This is majorly for banks and insurance, like it's a calculator ad. So for instance, a bank or an insurance can utilize such kind of ad format. Say, you know, you can calculate your loan limit. If you want to calculate, like, you know, how much interest you'll have accrued during a certain period of time, like, yeah. Or if you want to calculate your insurance premium, then you can have this. And this runs in place of the banner, like you're able to do like the actual calculations in the banner. Another type of rich media ad format is data collection banners. So we had a very interesting ad format that we did for Coke during the last World Cup, basically. So Coke wanted to find out like who is the popular player in Nigeria. And so the ad would tell you, you know, to tap to share a Coke like with your favorite player. And with this, we were able to know like who is the like most popular player among us, like all the players like that were there. So this is how you can be able to collect data in a banner. And then the one that, let me just play this for you to see how it works. So like ideally when the ad is served, like a user is invited to tap on the player they would like to share their favorite Coke with. And then when you tap on the player, it tells you like you can now share Coke with Supplier, and then you can share it to your social media pages as well. So it gives you like a high level of interactivity, and it allows your target audience to be able to even engage with your brand by sharing in their own social media pages. Then we have dynamic feed ads. This is majorly for like e-commerce sites. So it's able to pull like data from your website, you know, and it can give like each product with different pricing, different description, depending like on how you'd want to pull the data feed. So this is called dynamic feed ad. You just need to like load the products, and then through like dynamic feed, it's able to display like different products and different pricing, description, and so on and so forth. Then we have video ads as well, how you can tell your brand story using video ads. And one of our popular ways in where you can run like rewarded videos. I don't know if any of you here engages like, you know, like plays a game online, like let me use Candy Crush as an example. So when you lose a life, it tells you like to watch a video before you, or to get an extra life, right? So you can also use like these video formats to be able to build on your brand story. Then we have in gaming ads. So these are ads that are served in a gaming environment. Say you're playing PS, and then you see, like, inside the gaming environment, you see that, for instance, this ad for Nike. Like, it looks like it's part of the game, but it's actually an ad. So it's a very interesting format to increase your brand awareness, actually. The only downside with this type of ad is that a user cannot click and come to your website, but it helps to build on your brand awareness, because you would think like it's part of the game. So you're playing, say, PS, and then you see like that ad for Nike, so you think like it's part of the game, but it's actually an ad. Again, I'll just run through the rewarded video campaigns and some of the advantages of using like rewarded video campaigns. They have like high visibility as compared to other ad formats. Then we have what we call floating ads and screen takeovers. I don't know if any of you has ever come across like floating ads. Basically, floating ads are ads that they never leave the screen. So you're scrolling and the ad is just there, like say at the right downside. So let me just play an example. So you can combine like the floating ad, our floating ad appears, and a screen takeover. So if you happen to click on that floating ad, then it opens up like to your entire screen. So let me just repeat that one time, yeah. So a floating banner usually appears like on a web page when you're reading an article. It never leaves the screen. So when you're scrolling up and down, it remains there. And you can, if you click on it, it can like take over the entire screen. Then we have what we call SSP or open RTB email banner. This was a campaign we did for GT Bank during Valentine's Day. During Valentine's Day in Nigeria. And ideally, you're able to like text the person, like you'd want to message, like say your loved one, in a banner, and it sends an email to them. Yeah. You can also do this to WhatsApp. So you just put a WhatsApp number, and then like the message is automatically shared with them. These are more examples of floating banners, just in case you didn't get the drift of how floating banners work. So this is how like you're able to tell your brand story using like a floating banner. It never leaves the screen. So it's a very nice ad format when it comes to visibility and when it comes to click-through rate. So when you run this kind of ad format, like you'll always get all the metrics in a dashboard. We have a reporting dashboard that gives you all the campaign metrics from how many users interacted with your ads, how many actually clicked on it, how many say scratched, how many engaged if it's a video, how many viewed to the last end, how many viewed it to maybe just halfway. So you're able to get those metrics in a reporting dashboard. And this is how our reporting dashboard looks like. So you're able to get like all these kind of metrics like in our dashboard for your campaign. Yeah, so that's it about storytelling in a programmatic world. So I will pause to take questions. Yes.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good
I
afternoon.
have like 4 questions. My name is Gladys from Equity Bank Communications Digital. So first, data collection banners. So where do the leads go on this? Then the second one, rich media. When you compare them with the static banners, how would you compare the CPM for both? And then how do you measure and track the ROI when you use rich media and success?
Okay.
Oh, sorry, the last one. Are they compatible with any website? For example, website built from Java, JavaScript, HTML? Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Great. So the first question, for the banner data collection banners, you can give us like, say, if you have like a CRM, we can integrate it on the back. Or if you don't have one, then we can use like an Excel sheet. So you'll get like your data in an Excel sheet on the back end, from the back end there. Then the second question you asked about the CPMs. So usually this, for the templated rich media banners, the ones I showed at the beginning, like the one for flip cards, the ones that rotate. So those ads, they have normal CPM just as static banners. But for the custom ones, the ones that users actually have to say, touch, interact with it, their CPM is a bit higher than static, compared to static banners. Then in terms of ROI, like rich media actually yields like better results as compared to static banners when it comes to the interactiveness from your target audience, and also when it comes to like metrics like click-through rate. So it gives better CTR as compared to static banners. I think I've missed out on one of your questions. Yeah, in terms of compatibility, actually, it's just like the static banners. The ads, the rich media ads themselves are built using HTML5, but yes, it can run like across, just like the normal banner ads across the same sites and apps. I think have I answered all your questions? Great, thank you too. Any other question? Yes, then it will come to you, Carol.
Hi, my name is Melanie Hapisu from Digipath Africa. Everything you've said is nice, beautiful, wonderful to imagine, but what's your minimum budget? And I'm asking minimum because I mostly work with small businesses, and by small, I mean very small, like guys with Instagram shops, but are still looking to do ads. So if I can give an example, some of my clients will tell me, I have a budget of 5K for ads, what magic can we do? So I've had to learn how to create magic with 5K, but I wanted to know, is it possible to create magic with 5K on your platform?
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So we don't have like any minimum budget such as Skimmy, but then of course there's you know, the issue of factors like duration, like how long are you going to run the campaign. So like for instance, like if you came with like $5,000, then I can tell you like, yeah, let's run this ad for say like, you know, a certain duration, because this is the only way it can give you impact. If we stretch it for too long, then you may not be able to see like any impact. And when it comes to the rich media ads, like our templated rich media ads have no minimum spend, really, because like it's just like running like the other static banners. But the custom ones, since we have to like, we usually have like third external parties that develop the custom rich media for us, then usually we have like minimum spends, and it's also dependent on the idea. So I cannot give you like a specific rate card for that, yeah. But there is no minimum spend for the templated rich media ads, the ones I showed you at the very beginning. Next, Carol.
Yes, yeah, thank you for that presentation. I have two questions. I wanted to confirm with Skimmy. I believe when you were starting out, you had Skimmy social clubs, yes? So yeah. Is that still there? And if it's still there, do we have the Skimmy social clubs in Kenya? Because I think it was mostly in Nigeria, because I think that's where you guys pioneered. And then second question, do you have, are there any efforts built in to integrate offline and your online data?
Great.
Yeah.
So the first one, yes, we started out as a social networking platform back then in 2009. Yes, and you're right, it was quite big in Nigeria, but we decided to, it died a natural death, Yeah, because it was like a social platform, and it had its time. So we no longer have it. Let me just say it died a natural death. Yeah, so, but we grew in terms of products, and I think we evolved to having like now our demand side platform, our DSP, as like our major product at the moment. Then, yeah. Then your second question? Great. So yeah, we're constantly building new products to adjust to market needs. And when it comes to using like offline data, for instance, we have what we call footfall tracking. This is majorly for FMCGs. Like, it's really hard to track ROI for FMCGs when they're running like online campaigns. And so we came up with footfall tracking, whereby you're able to like track a user who clicks on your ad and if they went to a store. So like, if you're running a campaign, and I think, let me use a case study for what we've been able to do for Naivas. So when they have activations in specific stores, so we drive users to those particular stores, and then we're able to track the users who clicked on our banner and over a given duration of period they were seen on those stores. Of course, we use like device IDs to match, like this is the user who was seen on the store, and this is the user who actually clicked on our ad. Yeah.
Philip Ogola here, and I have a bias for humanitarian. And when I look at what you're talking about is more of data mining, where you tend to know your audience, your target market. Can that be used in humanitarian response in terms of disaster preparedness, in terms of raising awareness? Let's say, for example, you want to know your niche market and do targeted campaigns. I don't know if, because what I'm hearing is more of business side. In terms of the humanitarian side, are you looking at also integrating the same kind of approach to actually do kind of data-driven campaigns to reach the targeted audience?
Yes, actually. When it comes to data, we have like all manner of data that you can be able to segment and build different audience profile. And you can use these types of audience to either create awareness for them. I know if you're speaking to, say, from a humanitarian point of view, like you can use like our platform, say, to create awareness, to create impact as well, as we've been able to do for like organizations like NGOs, which their major focus is usually to be able to create impact, societal impact. So yeah, I think we can be able to deliberate as it's tailored to everyone's needs. So maybe we can have this discussion after this. Great. Yeah, there's some questions over there. Hi.
How are you?
Great.
My name is Lynn. So the question is in regards to brand safety, because we know Facebook has tools like IAS where we can have brand safety on the ads, what does Skimmy use to ensure that the ads are shown to the right audiences and just protecting the audiences?
Great. So we have both internal and external tools to be able to address brand safety issues. For internal tools, we have tools that ensures that your ads are not being clicked by bots, like these are real people. And then, of course, also your ads are served in safe environments. So we have like keyword checkers to ensure that your ads are not served on, say, sites like terrorist sites or content that can just ruin your brand reputation. Then we also connected to external providers like Double Verified, just to ensure that your ads are served in safe environment and also like they're being clicked by real people. Yeah. Yes.
Hi, my name is Mehrunak Shaji from Salute IWL. And my question is, like, for example, Skimmy is mostly focused about tapping into the contact information of the audience. So that's where it's being targeted, right? But now the thing is, I'm speaking for Apple. So let's say on Apple you have the browser of Safari. And each and every day there was a recent updates of Safari on the macOS. So how is Skimmy going to go forward so that the ads is actually showing on the browser Safari? I know for sure it's being shown on Google, but how about Safari?
I hear you. So I know there are usually many updates when it comes to, say, browsers. And as long as you're accessing, say, a website or an app, like using like any browser, then we are able to serve you like those ads. So we ensure that our ads are actually, how do I put it? Like it adjusts to say like whenever there are new updates, we always update also, our, I'm just trying to figure out the right name for like, say like our ad formats, for instance. So we make these constant updates as we receive updates also from, say, browsers. Great. So any more questions? If there are no questions, then you can always...
We have one.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm Manyala. We develop softwares. I work with Robbie Search Limited. We develop e-commerce and website. And how can we integrate this to the people who have website, the people we have created for website or e-commerce? Because some people have their own e-commerce and they'll want to maybe also use it as a platform for advertisement. And maybe they'll want to get something from it. Is there a way we can use your API to be able to put in this website that we develop for people to make their work easier? Thank you.
Great. So I think you're speaking about partnership, and we have quite a number of what we call the supplier side partnerships. So whereby we've integrated with different publishers and app owners to be able to serve ads directly to their sites. So there are factors like, what is the traffic? There's some factors that actually allows us to be able to serve ads on your site. So we'll discuss on that about the requirements that we need, because there are some minimum requirements when it comes to factors like traffic. Yeah. But of course, if you're eligible, why not? We're always open to partnerships. Great. So I think the questions are over. Thank you so much. Feel free to reach out. Like, my name on LinkedIn is Elsie Birech. My email is elsie@skimmy.com. Thank you so much.